Well, welcome back to the Coosa River Farm, boys. We have 15 limb lines out that we're about to check. A little later this evening, we're going to be frying catfish. We got baked beans. We've got hush puppies. We've got pickles for fried dill pickles. Put that salt back in your system. Jeff, talk a minute about the temperature today.
Well, the heat index is 108. That's enough said.
Enough said.
108.
And you know what Robert Mitchell, our groundskeeper at FarmLink, said? The temperature on the greens yesterday afternoon at 3 was 115.
Ooh. And people playing golf.
Yeah, and
that'll burn it up.
You know, we got those young kids down there. They're doing some walking, some riding. Brutal day today here in central Alabama. You can almost take a butter knife and cut the humidity down here, can't you, Jack Sanders?
Yeah.
Now, Otter, you had to go to the doctor yesterday when we were putting out the limb lines, correct?
That's right.
And everything came back okay, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm good.
Now, we know you're a service otter who sometimes goes to nursing homes, or a therapy otter, correct? So you have to be up to date on your rabies shots and all that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So Otter got a good report. He's lost weight. Jeff's lost weight. I'm down 16 pounds. And just being out in this heat will cause it to melt off of you, right?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to go out here in just a few minutes and check these limb lines. You know what? We hadn't done much limb line work. And poor old Jack had a hard time catching the bait, the live brim in the little bucket yesterday, didn't he?
Yeah, we taught him towards the end. He got the hang of it.
So we're going to go out here in a little bit and we're going to check these limb lines. Now, our trot lines, we had some floods and sadly they got washed out, but October is a wonderful trot lining month, and we'll get the leaves turning in October. So we're going to go back to that in October. We'll be just experimenting with fishing. We're going to check those. We're going to give a garden report. And Otter, those posts you drove in the ground,
Are they holding up?
they are holding up under the weight of hundreds of green beans.
Well, that's great.
And guess what Otter made, Jeff, for an appetizer?
Salsa.
He made that salsa from the chicken wing thing. And it's going to be so good while we're frying fish this evening. But I'm going to tell y'all one thing. It is hot, isn't it?
It is
hot.
real hot.
It's hot. Ain't it great?
And you know, we won't really get a break from it till late September, will we?
No, it's here. July, August, it's here to stay.
And I'm going to tell you what, Jeff, now with us checking these limb lines, I got an important question for both y'all. Do we need to take old reliable 20 gauge single shot with us?
We do.
We do.
Yeah.
Because Jack Sanders is our film guy. We've hired him on as a film guy. Now when we get our drone, he'll be in charge of flying the drone.
Right.
Jack, if you crash it in the river, you will be buying it, okay? But we've got a lot on tap. We've got a garden report. We got fish fry. We may have a few guests coming along this evening for the fish fry. But we got a lot of things on tap. And talk about our team, Otter, Auburn baseball.
I wore my gaudy Auburn shirt today. Our Auburn baseball. We're filming this on Tuesday, so last night our Auburn baseball team won their Super Regional in Oregon, and they're going to the College World Series.
We start playing Saturday, right?
Saturday at 6 o'clock against Ole Miss.
Now, Jeff, how many heart attacks did you almost have watching
About 3. One per inning, the last 3 innings.
So we've got that coming up. We've got a lot of
I
things.
really did. You can see me pacing back and forth and around. You know I wasn't sitting down.
Oh, Jeff never sits
no.
down.
I had to, you know, and I'm real, I don't know, superstitious.
You are very superstitious.
And like if I'm standing in one part of the room or the kitchen, you know, and they're doing good, I won't move. You know, I stay right there. So.
Well, see, do y'all watch The Office? Any of you watch The Office? I'm like Michael Scott. I'm a little stitious, but I'm not superstitious. So We're gonna fire up this pontoon boat, and it's so hot. You know what? I'm seeing mirages. I'm almost seeing mirages out here today. It
Look
is
at
so.
Gracie down here. She's
And you know,
yeah, she's burning
you
up.
know, your grandparents and parents. Technically, dog days didn't really start till the late July.
Right.
August, yeah.
Yeah, August.
And you know what my mom always said about dog days? And, you know, she said if you get a cut on your leg or something, it won't heal. The dog days is over. Have you heard that, Otter?
I hadn't heard that one.
But, hey, it's, you know, we really have no chance of rain for the next 10 days. And they don't look like any relief in sight. And Jeff and Otter, we have bent grass greens at Farm Links. And our outside staff is having to baby those things.
Oh yeah, they can die in one day. They
Tech-
can burn up.
Technically, really anything south of the East Tennessee mountains, you really don't need to have bent grass, right?
Right, it's too fragile. I mean, it's really almost dead this time of the year. They're babying it to keep it alive.
Yeah.
So it's too hot for it.
But look, we are 2 subscribers away from 100 subscribers. Hit that,
Subscribe, like, and share.
hey, because we're going to make it happen today, guys. Garden report, limb lines, maybe see a snake, fry
Tree
some
shakers.
Tree
Hey,
shakers.
We might
we're going to have
tree
some
shaker.
tree shakers, maybe.
Maybe.
Now, Jack, you remember the difference between a tree shaker and a rump shaker? A rump shaker is old Shalimar that dances down at the club, right, Otter?
Yeah.
A tree shaker is a big old catfish. You remember the difference?
Yeah, I
A
remember.
rump shaker dances at the club. A tree shaker is a big old catfish. Let's get that shotgun, some shells, get the keys to the boat, and let's make it happen. What do you think, Otter?
Ready to go.
Let's do it. Now, guys, Jeff ain't going out without a gun for snakes in these trees. You know, and we got to get the dip net, because my dad always says never go out with the dip without a dip net. We may have something, we may not. But I got a shotgun, a rifle, and a 4-wheel drive, and a country boy can survive. Let's go see if we got a fish. I'm gonna check this one out right here.
Yeah, it's fun.
Easy, Jeff. Easy. Boy, that water is running.
Yeah, it's running hard.
It's running
I'm gonna have
hard.
to back up and come back to it.
Now, nothing on that one.
Okay. All right.
Are you gonna get up here to see what's going on? What the problem is right now is we got. Can you look up what they're releasing at the dam?
Yes, here,
You ought to be able to get it now.
10,000 cubic feet per second at both dams.
Oh, damn.
I can,
Hang on. Nothing on that one.
Okay. This other one looks pulled straight a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, you said they're pulling 10,000 cubic feet per second.
at both dams.
Wow. I can fit. It's moving.
Oh yeah, you can look at show them the water, Jack. It doesn't look like there's much current on it.
Yeah, it's moving, boy.
Yeah, it's moving. Now, up in North Alabama, it's TVA, but down here it's Alabama Power, right, Otter?
That's right.
And Otter is a techno wizard. He has an app that tells exactly what's going on.
Wait just a second now. I'm working this.
Hey, it's a tough job, Jeff.
It is.
This would be a better spring type fishing thing.
Have we got something there?
No, I don't think so. So we're in reverse, nothing. Our bait's gone.
Bait's gone. Okay.
Yeah.
That one looks pulled tight, doesn't it?
It's just that current pulling around. I want to see a limb shaker, don't you, Jack?
Oh yeah.
Jack, you remember there's between a limb shaker and a rump shaker?
Yeah, I don't think I'll forget it.
Well, he ain't gonna forget that
He
one.
ain't gonna
said.
forget it. There ain't nothing on that.
Nothing on that one either? No?
No. Hey, and we're new at this limb lining. Easy, Otter.
I might throw one of y'all off there.
Might do it.
Oh, let's see.
We got one right there. And tying these things in these limbs.
It wasn't easy, was it?
No, it wasn't. You did a heck of a job driving the boat.
Well, let's see.
Otter, you think you got any family members living up here?
I don't know. Could be.
I'm gonna have to back her
Mighty
up
pretty
again.
bank.
This is a good fly fishing bank too. But it's just
We have
so-
to be patient on this because it.
Oh, my number one characteristics is patience.
Okay.
When I throw a throw net, I let it sink, don't I?
Oh yeah. After we remind you.
Yeah. Nothing on that one, but the
Okay.
bait's gone. Back us up, Jeffro. Dadgummit, a hornet's nest! Get us out of here! Get us out, Jeff!
Hey, if a snake falls off one of them limbs in the boat, we'll have some good. That'll be fun.
Have you got a shotgun loaded yet?
No, it ain't loaded. It'll take me a second. Gracie's looking for one, and
Yeah, we really don't want to shoot a hole in the boat.
No, I'd prefer us not shoot a hole in the boat.
no,
I would prefer us not to shoot a hole in the
this
boat.
hadn't went too good so far, has it, guys?
No, but that's
No.
the way fishing is.
Yep. That's
Yeah.
why they call it fishing instead of catching.
That's right. Yeah.
Ain't nothing on that, Jeffro. You can back
Nothing.
us
I can
on
just
up.
back it up. Okay.
Yeah. Sit down, Otter. You've got all that
Before I
blood.
fall.
You got all that blood work done yesterday.
Okay. We gotta go down past this next dock, don't we?
Hey, Jack. I gave blood one time, and they gave me a thing to squeeze, and the nurse forgot me. And when she came back, I had given a gallon, not a pint, but a gallon of blood. I was a little weak. Once I got Oreo cookie, I was good. But I literally gave a gallon.
How many pints in a gallon?
Let's see, 4 quarts in a gallon, right? Be 8 pints in a gallon, right?
Yeah, 8 pints.
I
So you
gave 8 pints of blood, Jack.
Well, I think you might be stretching.
That's a true story, Jack. They gave me a tennis ball to squeeze, and you know I'm built like a Greek god. I was pumping blood out like a sprinkler. It's just so hot.
Oh, it is.
You know, I've asked my wife to get a spring bikini, but she just won't do it.
She won't do it for you.
Nah, she won't do it.
Okay, let's go on up to the next.
Hey, this one's swimming in the other direction.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
We got a tree shaker.
We got a limb shaker.
Look at it. Look at that limb, Jack.
Oh yeah.
You see it?
Give me that dip net, Otter.
Yep, look at here, Jack.
Hey, what's the
Make
difference between a tree shaker and a rump shaker?
Here we go. You pull it up.
We got a tree shaker. Oh, get him.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Here you
Look
go,
at here,
Otter.
Jack. Uh-oh, I'm going to have to do a good...
Back us up,
I'm gonna have to
Jeffro.
Back us up. I got too
Yeah, you
excited.
done took him
see,
up
Jack.
now.
We got a.
I got to get the right angle.
Oh man.
Look at that limb.
Hey, you know where that thing sucker's headed to, Jack? Hot grease, baby.
Look at it. Let me see
Yeah.
if I can get the right angle with this.
Jeff, you're doing a dang good job.
Well, it's not easy, I'm telling you. Let's see. All right, we're going in.
All right, we're
for
going
the kill
in.
right here.
Otter, you gonna dip him up?
Dip him.
I'm gonna pull him to you.
Oh, you went under.
Come on, Otter.
Pull him up.
Got him?
I got him.
Got him?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Who's got a pocket knife to cut this thing off? Hang on.
Hold on.
I just broke the whole length.
Oh, that's the way
That
to do
works.
it. What do we got? Right
We
there.
got about
Oh,
a pound and
yeah.
a half blue cat,
Perfect.
which that sucker will stink some grease this evening.
Yeah, that's perfect size right there. Look at
Now, Jack, you gonna eat this bad boy at about 6:30 tonight?
that. Oh, he is. He
Oh,
here
Jack.
talking to you.
Yeah, I hear him talking.
Yeah.
Now, Jack,
What about that one?
We had one limb shaker, didn't we? Jack, what's the difference between a limb shaker and a rump shaker?
What about that next one?
Ain't nothing on it, Kurt.
Don't look like it.
I'm gonna have to get us out.
Just keep going kind of parallel.
See, if we had a depth finder, you'd know.
I can't afford a depth finder.
You know what kind of shape we was in right now.
Right, I don't know.
That's right.
Woo, that fish is cutting up.
Yeah, he is. I'm gonna have to go down with it a little bit. Is that all of them?
Yes, all of them.
Okay.
This is something that we were experimenting with, wasn't it, Otter?
That's right. First time.
First time, and I think it would be a good March, April type thing.
Right.
Because they are in, the catfish are in really deep water because the heat index right now is probably 108. It's hot, isn't it, Jeffro?
It's definitely hot. It's hot.
Get a shot of that shotgun right there.
Thank goodness we didn't need it.
Oh, I'm glad we didn't need it. Now, Gracie is a good snake dog. She's a good otter dog. But I'm gonna clean this little fish right here. And about 5 o'clock, get a shot of that bad boy right there. We didn't get shut out.
No.
No, we didn't.
It's just so hot. I'm seeing mirages. I'm seeing my wife in a string thong bikini right now.
Remember, your wife's gonna watch this.
Well,
I believe the fish are in the air conditioning too.
oh yeah, they're out here in the depths of the water.
Cooler water, aren't they?
But what we got, Jack, Otter, Jeffro, we got some hot weather.
It's hot.
It's hot. It's hot. Can somebody Google the current temperature here? Now we're not.
Oh yeah,
Here, I got it.
We're not in Fayetteville, Arkansas, are we?
No.
Where are we?
Fayetteville, Alabama.
Fayetteville, Alabama.
E.
Fayetteville.
Fayetteville.
Yeah.
That's how you say it here. I mean,
Hey.
a lot of people say it Fayetteville. We say it Fayetteville.
Down here in Fayetteville, we go to the grocery store and use a buggy. We don't use a shopping cart.
97. 97.
97, and the heat index is probably 105, 106. Now we may have trouble up here with this boat. Get a shot of that boat. They may give us some trouble.
They might.
Now it looks like a U.S. Navy or Marine flag with an American flag.
You know, today is Flag Day, Al.
You know what? Can I tell you?
And they got Ozzy playing. The heat index is 107.
Hey, that's some good music, guys.
I don't think they can hear you over the music.
Good music.
Crazy.
There.
She's okay. She's okay.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah, they got the
I think
flag.
they got a Marine or Navy flag. They're kicking. Hey, you know what? Let's just ride a little bit, right up toward the steam plant. I mean, it's gonna be 5 o'clock before we start cooking, so just show them some sight.
Come
Now,
on, Jack.
Jack, I've got her by the tail. If she goes down, we all go down together. All right, Otter, talk about what kind of bird that is right there.
That there is an osprey. They're like the eagles of the freshwater lakes, and that mama's mad. You hear she's got babies in that nest, and if we get
What a nest.
yeah, if we get any closer, she's gonna fly off. But those are beautiful birds, and they fish. They fish for a
Yeah.
living.
And
You'll see 'em.
Otter, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Alabama Power make some stands for them to build nests
Yeah.
in some of the channel
Well,
markers?
I think they put little flat places on top of these to help them build nests.
Yeah. So we're ecologically friendly down here, and she is not happy, is she?
No, she's telling us to get going.
She's blowed up. Look at them feathers blowed up in her back.
Yeah,
she's
the
getting on
osprey
that.
is a I'm sure they eat a lot of shad and fish, but it's a beautiful bird here on Lay Lake. Now, Otter, how long have you been living on the lake?
2 years.
And you almost bought that place right there, right?
Almost bought that house right there. And that house taught me the lesson that you never buy a place on the water unless you go to it one time by boat.
Yeah, and you have really become a true river otter.
I have.
But I'm gonna tell you, I love the double decker where you can sit up there on the sun, and sun a little bit. Now, Jeff and Otter
You
and
want me to
Jack,
stay to the right.
Jeff and Otter and Jack, we need to do a 4th of July night show from my parents' place or your place to see everybody shooting the fireworks.
Cedar Creek has a fireworks show.
Well, we need to be there.
Yeah,
We
we
need
can
to
do that.
But Otter, you almost bought this place right here.
We almost bought this place, and the place we got now come available, and we kind of went back and forth with the owners of the place we got now, and then finally they said okay, and we did not buy this. Now this is kind of plain on the outside, but that house is gorgeous on the inside.
Yeah,
This could have been Otterville.
It could have been
it
Otterville.
could have been Otterville.
It was real close to being Otterville.
Now I'm gonna tell you something, Jack. Jack, if you'll see all these weed beds around here, we have these weed beds because this lake does not do what, Otter?
It don't go down in the wintertime.
It don't go down in the wintertime. And that's what causes all this vegetation, which is both a blessing and a what?
And a curse.
It's good for bass fishing, but it's bad for keeping your shoreline clean. Now you can contact Otter, correct me if I'm wrong, you can contact Alabama Power and they will come spray.
They will come spray and it'll kill it, but it'll just die and mat on the bottom, and it's a mess.
It's a hot mess. Hey, I got something to tell y'all about these islands out here in a minute. When we get back to these islands, I got a good story to tell y'all. All right, I got to tell
Now you
y'all.
can go right. Never mind, my bad.
Lay off, Jeff.
Left.
I got to tell y'all something about these islands up here that are in the river. They raised Lay Dam in 1968 to impound more water. Now, one of my good big friends, Tommy Blair, was in the 11th grade when they raised these. And he had an uncle that was a moonshiner. Talladega County was still dry. And he had his steel out there on those islands. And he was a World War II veteran. And he got caught a couple of times, and they wouldn't arrest him because he had fought in World War II. They just told him to stop. But he used these islands to make bootleg liquor in the late 60s. Because Talladega County was a dry county until about 74. So he was going out in a boat, making white liquor and selling it.
And they transported it by boat?
Transported by boat. They got it to bars in Birmingham and different places. Hey Jeff, we ain't in a big hurry. Take us up river. Well, yeah, you just need to turn us around and go that way.
You need to turn around the other way.
Yeah, turn around that way. And we're going to show y'all the EC gas and steam plant. Because we ain't in a big hurry. But Jack, he would go out there in a boat and make moonshine liquor, and he got caught twice by the revenues, the federal boys, and they kind of took it easy on him because he was a World War II veteran. But they kept telling him to stop making it, and he kept making it. Now, Otter, we're about 6 miles north of you, right? And you live in the high rent district down there, don't you?
No, I live across the river, across the creek from the high rent district.
Well, hey, Jeffro, isn't that son of a gun money back?
No doubt. Yeah.
We're going to show y'all a couple of other things. My wife told me to quit taking my shirt off on YouTube, but it's just too hot. All right, Otter and Jeff. All right, Jack, can you get a shot of this up here? This is the E.C. Gadsden steam plant. It generates much more electricity than any of the dams do. It uses coal and natural gas to produce electricity, which with the heat index of, what'd you say it was, 108 today? It's producing a lot of electricity at Otter.
I guarantee you they're wide open.
Now, if you notice these towers, they're several hundred feet high. Now, I got a little story for y'all. You ready, Jack? When we first moved to the lake, there were 4 lower stacks. Jeff, you probably remember that. There were 4 lower stacks, and my mom had a clothesline, like most people did back in the day. And when that clothesline, Mom would bring the clothes in, they'd have coal dust on them. And the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, made them build these taller to dissipate the coal dust over a larger area. Now they've got a natural gas line going in. They bring in water from the lake, convert it to steam, and we'll go by the outtake in a little while. But when we moved down here in '76, you know, the Cold War was really going on. So I don't know if it's Air Force or Navy jets used this area, and they were going faster than the speed of sound, and they were using this river and this steam plant as a kind of a reference point to go up and down the river. You don't see that too much anymore, but they generate tremendous amounts of electricity from this facility here. And we have a lot of lakes on this river zone in Alabama, which keeps our power relatively low. Jeff's going to turn us around, and we're going to show the little outtake where the water releases back into the river. Talk about what we got right over here.
Okay, as Al said, this steam plant, they pull in river water, heat it, convert it to steam, drive their turbines, and then they condense it back to water and release it back into the river. I mean, it's not polluted or anything wrong with it, other than it's been made into steam and then condensed back to water. And we guessed a while ago that the plant was running pretty close to wide open. If you can look at that outflow right there, and you can surmise that that plant is doing all it can do right now.
Now, there could be some, you know, I don't want to speak without knowing, but there could be some thermal pollution.
That water is probably warmer than the river water.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, a lot of people fish downstream right here in the wintertime because the water will be a few degrees warmer than the rest of the river.
Now, you know what I'd like to do, Jack, Jeff? I'd like to get our inner tube, go to the top, and ride her down.
Right into them trees?
Well, them trees are problematic, but I would shift my tube to the left. Now, I got one more story to tell. My parents bought their lots on the lake from a farmer. And in 1968, they raised lay down. And due to the fact that they're raising lay down, they're going to lose some of their land. In 1968, the guy we bought our land from, he said that Alabama Power gave them $200 an acre, and they supposedly had 5 acres submerged. So they got $1,000, and these lake lots now would go for what?
If you get one below 70, you've done real good.
Yeah, it's expensive. So we're really kind of in the main river channel. Once we get a little further south, we'll be in what's called the lake. And of course, Jeff Otter lives in the high rent district, down river on the lake. In Otterville. All right, Otter, Jeff. In the deep south, college football reigns, doesn't it?
That's right.
Now look at these two places right here. What we got, guys?
We got a LSU Tiger in the purple and yellow, and then one of these Bammers on the right, Crimson Tide fans.
And they got the Tiger Den and Go Tigers and the French, you know, and he has painted everything purple and yellow, hadn't he?
That's a lot of work.
Yes.
Yeah, he
Lot
spent
of
some
work.
money on that. Jack, are you getting that?
Got a good
Roll,
side of it.
Go Tigers and Roll Tide Roll. I bet them son of a guns have a war come November every year, don't they? Now we're Auburn people, but hey, more power to them.
What you want to bet they can?
You know what? I'd bet $100 that they can to each
I
other.
bet they can.
But
They're pretty close to each other.
Yeah.
yeah, now I bet these old boys right here, the Tiger Den, I bet them son of a guns eat a lot of crawfish, don't
Yep.
they? And I bet these old Crimson Tide boys eat a lot of barbecue chicken and pork, don't they?
Yep.
Yeah, that's the deep south. Now, Otter and Jeffro, I got a question for you. If you got a new student in the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th grade, did y'all ever ask, who do you go for?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Jack, we'd asked him, who do you go for?
Jeffro, you need to buy that lot right there and put you up a big Auburn.
Oh yeah, that'd be perfect, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Just
But you
all
got
right
your
in the road.
LSU Tigers.
Mhm.
Hey, in the
That'd
deep
be
south,
perfect.
baby, college sports rule the roost, don't they?
That's
No
right.
doubt. Yep.
So
Way-
we'll go
it's a
on
way of
down.
life down here.
Yeah, it's college sports. You know, we don't have a professional. We like the Braves, obviously, but it's
Is that a bus on the lake right there that somebody's got as a lake house?
a bus.
I don't think so.
What does that look like?
It just looks like a
Okay,
shed down
Yeah,
there.
I see it now.
Hey,
think
Jack,
off of
you gonna
it,
eat some
bro.
fried dill pickles tonight?
I'll eat whatever.
Hey, what's the rule? If it's green, it's what?
Trouble.
If it's fried, Jeffro,
Get double.
get double, baby. Well, we're making a run on the Shelby County side. We're having the time of our life out here on the Coosa Trail. We're here at the garden. Now, Jeff, remember when Otter was driving those poles in the
Oh,
ground?
Yeah.
Those beans were about that tall, weren't they?
Mhm.
And Otter was slamming them things in like a man, wasn't he?
He sure did, yeah.
And look at
No
these
doubt.
green beans now. They are green beans. Get here closer, Jack. And no, Hoss Tools is not one of our sponsors yet, but this vegetable netting came from Hoss Tools.
It did great.
And we've got green beans hanging everywhere. My sister's gonna come down and pick some later. They're just hanging everywhere. And Jack, we've got regular squash, zucchini squash. We've got cherry tomatoes in here. And I tell you what, that one don't have a wormhole in it.
That's a good looking.
That's a grape tomato. Now, Jeff, you know what I'm gonna do with this tomato?
You're gonna eat it.
You dadgummer Skippy.
I thought you was gonna fry it, Al.
Mm-hmm.
That thing is delicious. Now we've got, Jeff, here's you one right here, buddy. I'm gonna find you one, buddy.
It's got a bunch of them on there, doesn't it?
Yeah. And we got, come over here, Jack. Now, one thing we like to do, Otter, is we like to plant sunflowers on the border of the garden. My sister does a great job trimming up tomatoes to cut the bottom leaves off, and we stake them. And that's some hard work, isn't it, Otter?
That's right.
That's some hard work right there. Now, Jeff, these sunflowers will feed the birds. Now, Otter, what I do with any fruit or vegetable, that gets too big, I feed it to the chickens. And then I take the compost from the chickens and put that in a compost bin for next year. We got cucumbers. Come over here, Jack. We got cucumbers running everywhere. Now, undoubtedly, if somebody can give us some advice on YouTube, we've got some of our squash plants dying, which is not good. We've got zucchini squash. Jack, get a shot of these yellow squash in here. See that? All right, and let's go over here. Now this corn is called peaches and cream corn. And it will be ready by the 4th of July, roasting ears. You know, you eat it corn on the cob. And come on down here, Jack. We have not one, not two, but 52 tomato plants. And I've been using this Hoss netting from Hoss Tools, which I really love. Jeff, y'all help me string it up with zip ties. Ain't nothing to it, is it? A 50-foot roll of 4 feet is $19.99, and I'm just gonna clip it off at the end of the season and just put it in the burn pile. And over here we've got, come over here, Jack. Look at this beautiful, beautiful sunflower. Y'all see it, guys?
Gorgeous.
And we have zinnias, and we have cosmos, a wildflower blend. This is cosmos, this is zinnias. We have mammoth sunflowers. Otter, is that sunflower taller than you?
That's way taller. That's huge.
All right, this is a mammoth sunflower. All right, now I planted a little okra, but it's not coming up good. Now look at this right here. Jeff and Otter. If you took this home to your wife in a bouquet, y'all think y'all could get a kiss late tonight?
Probably, yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, but we've got all types.
I'll take a shower first.
Yeah, we've got all types of flowers, and come on over here. This is what we call the river tomato bed, and I've got to stick a few more, but I think the technical term is setting fruit. Now like that one right there has got a hole in it. That's from all that rain last week. Now tomatoes are going to do better if it's a little drier. Let's see if Otter's got good hands. I'm going to throw him at tomato. All right, but we've got tomatoes sitting in here. You know, we've stuck them. We've got several varieties of tomatoes. My sister got them at the Opelika High School greenhouse, and they're doing well. So we've got a lot of stuff going on. And Otter, we're about to dip some fish in some hot grease. And speaking of fish, there's one fish in that cooler.
I just thought about it.
You know what? I think I'm gonna release him.
Yeah.
Because I've got a ton of catfish up there. We're gonna fry some dill pickles. We're gonna fry some catfish, hush puppies. I got baked beans, and Jeff and Otter. You know what I did? Mom has like a food processor. I took jalapeno pepper, onion, and bacon. Well, I took those two things, put them in the puree, put them in the blender, and I mixed those with the beans, and I'm gonna have my sister put those on at 350, and man, they're gonna make you want to slap you what?
Slap your mama.
Slap your mama. The heat index is still high, but we do have what, guys?
A little cloud cover.
It's still hot.
A little cloud cover.
Still hot.
We're gonna fire up these cookers in a minute. We're gonna rest a little bit, and then we're gonna have fish here in a little bit. Hey, stay tuned. What did we just drop in the grease, Otter?
Fish.
Well, what before that?
Fried dill pickles.
And what's the rule down here in the deep south, Jeff?
What's the rule?
If it's green,
It's trouble.
if it's fried.
Get double.
Jack, get over here and get a little view of this. We got fish going. We got baked beans in the oven. My sister's made my mom's recipe pound cake. we thought we're gonna throw down in about 35 minutes, aren't we, guys?
Yep, we sure are.
Why does Jack have cornmeal all over his shirt?
Because you didn't seal up the container, Al.
Well, Jack is our #1 film guy here
Yep.
at Coosa River Farm Boys. All right, we started out with fried dill pickles. Jeff, how'd you like the fried dill pickles?
Oh, delicious.
Now, Otter, you're not a big pickle fan, but
Not a big pickle fan, but that was real good.
we've got fried catfish, ketchup, hush puppies, baked beans, and my sister has made my mom's pound cake recipe for dessert. So we're about to slam here at Lay Lake. We're in Fayetteville, but what Fayetteville are we in, Otter?
Fayetteville, Alabama.
We're in Fayetteville, Alabama. Hit that subscribe button, that like button, and that share button, and we're fixing to chow down here at the Coosa River. That's a wrap. Otter,
Okay, she can edit.
Otter, what are you eating right now?
I'm eating some wonderful pound cake that Al's sister made.
All right, Jeff, talk about the menu we had today.
We had, well, you see it over here, fish. We had fried fish, hush puppies, pork and beans that Al's sister made, and we had the dip that Otter made, and then the pound cake that Al's sister made.
Hey,
Delicious.
even though the heat index was 115 today, the sun got behind some clouds. We fried some fish, fried some dill pickles, fried some hush puppies, and we are in relaxed mode now here on the Coosa River. And what's that rule, Otter? If it's green,
It's trouble. If it's fried, get double.
hey, and Jeff, go ahead and tell them what's coming up in a few weeks.
Well, we're getting close to a month away.
A month away for what?
July the 18th, Farm Boys versus Good Golf,
Good golf.
the big match
And hey,
at Farmland.
we're going to defend the home turf, aren't we?
Absolutely.
We're going to defend the home turf down here at Farm
yeah.
Leagues. We've been doing mountain tours today. I've been doing them. My brother-in-law's been doing them. Otter's been making salsa. Jeff has been contemplating life. Jack Sanders has been behind the camera. And guys, you never know where we'll be next week. Hey, that's a wrap on the Coosa what?
Coosa River.
Subscribe, like, follow.